So I was on Instagram and a runner I follow posted something that really hit me. He wrote, "I started a virtual half marathon last year, then stopped at 9.5 miles because I just wasn't that into it." And I gotta tell you, I felt that because I have totally been there, being like halfway into a virtual thing, like huffing and puffing and going, and then being just like, what's the point? Thing is, I didn't do that in my last virtual race. In fact, I actually had the best experience yet, and it was a lot of fun, even though I was doing it completely solo. So I actually wrote down 3 things that I did that might make your next virtual race less awful. So the first thing was just getting away from my usual running route. I know it sounds kind of small, but it actually really isn't. Instead of my usual run in my neighborhood, I decided to start off in Lower Manhattan. And that alone made my brain feel like, oh, this is different. This isn't just another run. This is something special. And actually, it really did feel special. There may not have been cheering strangers there, but still, just seeing something different, being in a different spot, it really kept me going. Now, the second thing is kind of nerdy, but I think it's worthwhile in the end. And it is really to take the time ahead of time to go through all the possible contingencies. Have the gel ready. Plan out the water that you're going to need. Plot out all of the bathrooms along the route. I will link to the website I used, which is amazing for bathroom information in New York City, by the way. Bottom line was that I wanted to put myself in a position where I wasn't going to have a temptation or have a reason to stop because I needed something that I didn't have. Now, the third thing was that I picked a race that offered a real incentive to finish. New York City Half is a race that I have wanted to run for years. It goes through the heart of Times Square. It looks like so much fun. I was actually signed up for it last year, but COVID happened and it was canceled. Then it was canceled again this year. Running the race virtually and paying a fee guarantees me a spot in next year's in-person race. And this is a hard race to get into. So that means there was no way that I was not going to finish my virtual half marathon. Now, with that said, every race obviously can't offer an incentive like that. Some can't. But if you can't find something that does, why not run for charity? Something you care about. Use that to motivate yourself in your training and also to keep going when the racing gets tough. So there it is. 3 quick things from my own experience. Hopefully you find it at least somewhat helpful for you. Till next time.